After one of the biggest results of the entire season against the Columbus Crew, the Five Stripes now switch out Charlie Brown for a fresh challenger, DC United, but a new format now. Everything gets on hold for Major League Soccer play. This is the start of Leagues Cup as we step onto the canvas. Everything to play for, group stage, World Cup format, and it's going to be high-flying action. That's Jason Longshore. I'm Joe Fryhofer. Jason, let's first touch on the form of the Five Stripes coming into this one. Stian Gregerson, a couple of 17s were calling him the Norwegian nightmare there in the box. He was unmarkable. 2-3 Columbus defenders draped all over him. He gets his first career double in that match.
We've been waiting for this, haven't we? With his size and his ability on set pieces, and it feels like a long time coming for Atlanta United to get some goals from dead ball situations. Turns the game. Columbus, one of the top teams in the league over the past year and a half. They get the lead, but the fight from this team and finding a way against a team that's really difficult to break down, they found a way. So now you carry that momentum into Leagues Cup. And when you're dealing with aerial success, going up against Christian Benteke, who has been the best in league history in aerial success, kind of nice to have the big Norwegian in the lineup this time around.
The big Belgian right now second in Major League Soccer in goals, 16. Let's touch back on the Five Stripes. Two more players we'd like to focus on. First being Saba Lobjanidze. Coming back from Euro duty, he has been on fire and then some. 6 goals, 7 assists, had both of the deliveries right to the forehead of Stian Gregerson in that match.
When you see these situations where players are missing, players are away, the transfer window is open, and there's a little bit of a void in terms of creativity, Saba is really stepping up and filling that void. It's great to see players kind of put the team on their back in moments and say, you know what, I can be the one to lead through these moments. Saba's doing that. He's very demonstrative. He wants the ball. He always believes that he can find the solution on the field. It's great to have him in this kind of form going into Leagues Cup.
You mentioned leadership right there. There's a guy who's been in the fold, waiting for his turn. Timing so often in football, very crucial in terms of stepping into the fold whenever you're needed. And we know that the Five Stripes have had depth in a lot of previous seasons. Ronald Hernandez stepping up not only in Open Cup, but right now as well in that back line defensively, has had a huge boost of influence for us this season.
Had a great conversation with Ronald after the win on Saturday, talking about his journey here at the club. He hasn't played as much as he probably wants to. He's always been available to play a variety of different positions. We've seen him as a right back, a left back, a wing back, a center back in a 3 center back setup. Doesn't matter. You're always going to get supreme effort. And I think leadership, and I think it's a credit to Ronald being the kind of person that he is, to not be a regular in the lineup, but to be a leader in the group. That's not an easy thing to accomplish, and it says a lot about Ronald Hernandez's personality.
The former DC United right now in Major League Soccer play, 2 victories in a row, coming off of one against Minnesota United. Into this one, Jason, you touched on it. Christian Benteke, no surprise. They've also got a lot of high-flying press and tempo in their play as well. What can you expect in the head-to-head matchup tactically?
You've got to limit Benteke's effectiveness in the air, and it's not purely on headers inside the 18 going to goal. It's his ability to win aerial duels and create opportunities for others running on. We saw that at Mercedes-Benz Stadium earlier this year. I think the way that you do that is you prevent the ball being launched to him in the first place. Higher pressure at times, counter pressure, which has been a really successful component under Rob Valentino. That's something that you're going to have to see be very successful against DC United to find the result.
Kickoff is set for this one at 8 o'clock, as always, through the MLS Season Pass on Apple TV. Mike Conti and Jason Longshore have your call for what should be another legendary chapter to chase yet another trophy for the Atlanta United cabinet.
Pre-game coverage starts at 7 o'clock. You can always listen on the Odyssey app as well. Abe Gordon and Garrett Chapman will get you started with the Five Stripes Countdown.
17s, the cup is calling. We'll see you at Mercedes-Benz Stadium.